Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your television sets. The beautiful face that you see before you is the newest addition to the JCW roster. You see, my name is Miles Clark. I am the man of the 50s, Mr. 50s. I come from an era where real men were at the top of society, where real men ruled professional sports, and there's no greater sport than professional wrestling, and JCW is the hottest ticket in town. Speaking of towns, we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, see? One of my favorite spots where I've gotten the best takes of my career. But now it's a new era. Money is coming at me in a proper way now. And I am here at JCW not to just hold up a segment, not to just have a spot, but to go to the top, see? And tonight, some local ankle biter is going to see what it's like to be in the ring with a real man, see? Miles Clark, Mr. 50s. Get used to this face, because it's coming to a city near you. Now, excuse me, Mr. Cameraman. Gotta go make sure the pay window's proper.
JCW Lunacy! Tonight's first match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 200 pounds, from the south side of Chicago, he is Mr. 50s, Miles Clark.
Well, I want to welcome everybody to JCW Lunacy. I'm Joe Dabrowski, Mark Roberts, Zach Amico by my side. But, Mark, have you been playing with the color settings on the monitor again? What the hell, man?
Yeah, something's gone out here. This looks black and white to me, Zach Amico.
I think everybody can see it right now. Mr. 50s is a shade of black and white. He's gone chromatic on it.
Miles Clark came up to me earlier on, told me Mac, asked me where all the feisty dames are. What's his deal?
I think we're about to find out, but take a look at the attire. Look at the hat. He's smoking a cigarette indoors.
That's not allowed. What does he think he is?
His opponent, weighing in at 180 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, he is the world fighter, G-Sharp.
Well, G-Sharp is a world fighter, a 15-year pro. Originally trained by Jesse Hernandez, since then he has competed in 5 different continents, 17 countries, including one of the founding members of the OWE promotion in China. G-Sharp has come to JCW with a mighty reputation backing him up.
This guy has some wild stories about traveling the country by charter bus, hitchhiking, riding in trunks of cars. He just got back from a tour of Asia. He went to Malaysia and South Korea.
Well, one place he's never been is a time machine, which is where I think Mr. 50s just walked out of.
That is Mr. 50s.
You got that old school Greco-Roman stance.
Miles Clark told me earlier that he was mentored by Strangler Lewis. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
Yeah, I mean, he looks the part. You look at that singlet, you look at that fighting stance, the two lock up now.
Well, a side headlock, and this is a Strangler Lewis specialty. He beat a lot of people with a side headlock.
Hey, listen, it looks like just a rest hold to most people, but I guarantee you, Mr. 50s, he can crush all sorts of fruits and melons with that headlock.
It's catch as catch can, right? Oh, G-Sharp was able to catch Mr. 50s with a takedown. as these men exchange wrist locks, and maybe not the debut that Miles Clark expected.
No, see that great ring awareness. Miles looking for the ropes there.
Miles Clark from the south side of Chicago needs to reach out. Look at that. Look at him swing his hips and get right back onto his feet. Some fancy footwork there from Mr. 50s.
And a 23 Skidoo, how are you?
You know, I asked Mr. 50s earlier on if he's a big fan of JCW Lunacy. He said he can't find it. He's looked on all 3 channels on his television set. But he knows how to fight, that's for sure.
Lunacy not coming in on the rabbit ears of Mr. 50. Mr. 50.
Oh, his ears look a perfectly regular size. Don't be a jerk, Mark.
That's a trademark headbutt from way back in the day.
I'm not sure that G Sharp really knows how to combat this. I don't know that folks in Asia are fighting this way these days as Mr. 50 is.
I don't know if anybody's fighting this way these days. I don't think Mr. 50s is from these days. That was a nice little doo-wop strut, though.
Yeah, I think he taught that to Jackie Fargo.
Mr. 50's hot dogging and grandstanding.
I think he taught it to Elvis Presley.
Classic
All the
ground
way
up.
Well, I guess Mr. 50s would appreciate if I called that a delayed suplex.
Beautiful standing back suplex there. And once again, just locking in a chin lock.
Sometimes the basics work.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Notice the wide stance on Mr. 50s to get a firm base and balance underneath him. G Sharp trying to turn his body inward to alleviate the pressure, but Mr. 50s, Miles Clark, sensed the change of momentum but could not stop. G Sharp, who, as you mentioned, Mark, has fought the odds, has sacrificed so much to be in moments like this, and he's going to make the most of it.
Mr. 50's reeling, Sharp in, over, blocks, and he got Mr. 50's right in the mush.
And literally from up in the lights, G Sharp gets a near fall.
Talk about ring awareness, but I've never seen ceiling awareness like G Sharp knowing to move that light.
Oh,
That was a very high throw, landing high on his neck was G Sharp.
Greco-Roman throws, and now that's a full Nelson, and he's got the fingers locked. He's got that cinched in deep, gentlemen. By any name, G Sharp is fading fast. He's out. This matchup's over.
And your winner, Mr. 50's Miles Clark.
What a debut for Mr. 50's.
And they'll be doling out 50s at the pay window.
It's time to boogie. It's like he's on American Bandstand or Hullabaloo. Not exactly the Juggalo crowd type of music, but what do you think he's going to do after this? A picture show, drive-in movie, the Nickelodeon? How's he going to celebrate?
Maybe share a soda with some dame.
Ah, the old soda fountain. Get one of those for a dime piece.
Hey, with moves like that, Mr. 50's going to wind up on Ed Sullivan real soon. Can't teach that anywhere else but from Mr. 50.
The 50s are alive and well on JCW Lunacy. Most unusual way to kick off JCW Lunacy. I'm Joe Dombrowski, Mark Roberts, and Zach Amico by my side. Major championship implications in this broadcast. You picked a great week to join us. Zach, we're going to see the women's championship decided. It's Danny Moe, but a tough test in the form of Katie Forbes.
Absolutely, we are, my good friend. That's right, Dynamite Danny Moe facing the powerhouse Katie Forbes. Can't wait to see that one.
And the American title will be on the line as well. Too Tough Tony and Caleb Conley. There's some history here, especially when it concerns Caleb Conley and his past reign as the American champion.
We're running back what I think is the best match that I've seen in my time in JCW. Too Tough Tony defending against former champion Caleb Conley. Too Tough had an answer for everything that Caleb did last time. The question is, does Caleb have any new tricks?
Well, believe it or not, there were some tricks before we even got to the ring here this week on Lunacy, our cameras caught this physical altercation in the locker room just a few moments ago.
Yo. Hey. You two are the ones facing the Mortons tonight, right?
Hell yeah. It's a big opportunity.
That's a good deal, huh? Big deal. Boom!
Shane! Shane! Good work. I'll get you a little bit more later, okay? Tonight's next match is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in a combined weight of 421 pounds, from Bristol, Tennessee, one part of the Southern Six, it's self-proclaimed Mr. JCW, the Riz God, Kerry Morton, and one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. Together, they are the Mortons.
Well, gentlemen, Ricky Morton is one of the most beloved figures in wrestling history, a Hall of Famer, a legend, nearly 50 years in the sport, but Kerry Morton is just the opposite in JCW, and it looks like Kerry wasted no time spreading some money around to the mercenary for hire, Shane Mercer.
Boy, did Shane Mercer do a number on Sky High there in the locker room. He threw that guy right through the ceiling.
Well, I think Ricky Morton's no stranger to wrestling tag teams that are Sky High, and that's just the beginning.
Well, this is the first time Ricky may have seen this particular team, but my question, Zach, is what's going to be left of them when Ricky sees them come through the curtain?
I have to assume that Ricky Morton has no knowledge of what we just saw.
Well, he wasn't there, and certainly I think you'd agree, as I would, Mark, that's not from the Ricky Morton playbook.
Yeah, that doesn't look like Ricky Morton to me. In fact, this song, as catchy as it is, Zagamigo, doesn't really seem like a Ricky Morton theme song either.
Southern Six. Zach's favorite song, though.
Weighing in at a combined weight of 360 pounds, from Las Vegas, Nevada, the flyest guys in the sky, Mondo and Robbie Avion. Together, they are Sky High.
It's Mondo on the right, Robbie on the left, as they switch places as they go in front of the camera, but the brothers Avion, Mondo and Robbie, Sky High, and I think their odds of defeat may have shot up Sky High because they're not 100%, they're not even 50%. These guys can barely walk, and it's all thanks to Kerry Morton.
Well, in all fairness, well, thanks to Shane Mercer, Kerry Morton just provided the green.
Well, yeah, Kerry Morton is, he's got that sinister sneer on his face, that shit-eating grin, for lack of any other kind of a term. We know Shane Mercer doesn't give a damn about anybody, right? He has no alliances, no allegiances. He does not care about you. He just cares about the green, the money that you pay him to do a job that day. And apparently Mercer's job was quick, but it certainly wasn't painless.
Hey, no shit, he dropped a fucking couch on one of them.
And Mark, I just want to shout out Sky High for even just having the guts, the balls to come out here because, I mean, if they had seen a doctor, they probably would have been medically disqualified.
Showing a lot of heart, these young men now getting in the ring with the legendary Ricky Morton.
Wait a minute.
Ricky's showing some concern here for these young men.
Well, Ricky's talking to him and asking him, what happened? What's wrong with you guys?
We know that Kerry Morton has struggled to find allies while his partners in the Southern Six are suspended. So he called in a pretty great partner here in his father, Ricky Morton.
And to be fair, his father, Ricky Morton, he has had trouble getting along with at various times at JCW as well. And this may be an example of father and son. They're tag team partners, they're blood, they're genetics, but they're not on the same page.
Well, Kerry getting himself the tag. If Ricky's not going to start the match, the son will step in for the father.
Wouldn't that be, Zach, a wee bit disrespectful? Ricky wasn't reaching for a tag. He was reaching for some answers, and Kerry Morton changed the subject and just shoot his dad out of the ring.
Well, maybe these people need to know that the time has passed for Ricky. He's a legend. We respect him very much. But this is the future of the industry right here.
Well, maybe the future, the present of JCW as well. Southern Six finishing the end of their suspension that started late last year. That'll be up in just a few weeks. And Kerry Morton, notice there's no surcease there. There's no remorse, no sympathy.
No hesitation whatsoever.
As he drives down Robbie Avione, one half of Sky High. And listen, the Avione brothers are very talented, okay? They've made a career out of themselves in this area for over 7 years. They've been trained by legends like Jake the Snake Roberts, D'Lo Brown, but they're not getting a fair shake to show what they can do. Yeah, fight him, hit him more. Kerry Morton has completely ruined this team's chances of having that great showing, impressing Violent J, the commissioner, before we even got on the air.
Not only that, he took away their opportunity to have a fair match with a legend like Ricky Morton.
Certainly true, but the problem is, Zach, I think Kerry Morton considers himself, what is he doing?
He's keeping his hand warm.
No, I think Kerry just grabbed something, an object, a weapon, to be clear to you.
He got a cold hand. It's a little chilly in here.
Well,
You notice he did it with his back turned to both the referee and his father. Whoa! Ricky saw it after all.
Ricky's seen those tricks once or twice. Probably one of those old Tennessee chains from back in the day. Kerry pointing fingers at his dad? Zach, the problem here is Kerry. Wait a minute. Roll up by Robbie Avione. He's going to upset him. No. Oh, Kerry almost had to eat some crow there. Zach, Kerry thinks he's as big of a legend as his dad is, and that might be true one day, but it sure as hell isn't now.
Well, if you don't have that kind of outlook, you'll never have the results or the accomplishments. And it may seem obnoxious to us now, but we'll be eating our words in 20 years when that man is a Hall of Famer.
You just like to... Mark, Kerry Morton is so obnoxious, so abrasive. Wait a minute, a tag was made. Here comes Mondo. Is Kerry Morton going to get some karma coming his way? Oh, shuts him down.
Kitchen sink shuts Mondo down. And the thing that really bothers me about Kerry is with a pedigree like his, it may be that he is great. He won't allow us to see it. He won't allow himself to shine. He has to take all of these shortcuts. If Kerry is great, go out there and be great.
I do believe Kerry can be great. I do believe Kerry has the genetics to be great, but Kerry sometimes is Kerry's own worst enemy, and these shortcuts are not going to impress anybody. Wrenching the knee, the leg. I mean, you saw these guys were thrown into the wall, into the ceiling. Zach talked about having a couch dumped on them. That was one of the most violent attacks I've seen in JCW in recent memory, and think about what that spans.
Sky High told me that it was D'Lo Brown who taught them how to do a splash and do top rope moves. Kerry Morton has done everything that he can to avoid these men being able to climb to the top rope.
Yeah, great strategy. Keep them grounded.
D'Lo Brown, one of the first athletes to use a frog splash on worldwide television. Certainly somebody who has his name in history with good reason. But so too does Ricky Morton, who has had problem after problem with basically every way Kerry Morton has wrestled this matchup. And Ricky getting into the ring, not to help his partner, but to scold his partner, his son. wait a minute. Mondo looking for an opening. Itaguri and Kerry Morton's down.
Still fighting back, showing tremendous heart as he makes the tag to his brother.
Sky high, a couple of young men who were kicked out of pilot school because they were a little too wild and reckless, and they felt some turbulence. It may have been a crash landing, but they are ready to take flight here. Oh no!
They call it the Mach 3, but Kerry had it scouted.
And into the eyes. Blatant cheap shot on Mondo, who's sent to the outside.
Kerry definitely wrestling his match. Not giving any time for Sky High to gain any momentum.
Zach, don't you think it's about time he tags his dad back in?
And as you wish.
Oh! And Kerry hits that knee. That's called kiss it goodbye.
Stacks him up and pins him.
Clear the runway.
And your winners, the team of Kerry and Ricky Morton, the Mortons.
Southern City.
Now listen, Ricky Morton's had a lot of disappointing nights in his career. It's only natural when you've got the longevity he does. But watching his son stoop to these levels, injuring these kids, and just toying with them and using them as examples, Ricky Morton may be the most pissed off I've ever seen him with the winner's share of the purse.
I'm pissed that Kerry just kept me from watching a Ricky Morton match.
Yeah, he did not tag Ricky Morton in once, did he?
I think he just proved to his father he doesn't need him.
And Ricky Morton's walking out in shame, disgrace, and humiliation of how his own sons behave.
I mean, it might as well have been a handicap match. Kerry Morton just showed he's better than two men.
Well, Ricky's leaving with the opponents. That's how little he thinks of Kerry Morton. We'll pursue this family issue, but another thing we are pursuing is not that. Oh God, let's get away from this. We got these comments from Katie Forbes ahead of the JCW Women's Championship match. Get out of here. What are you doing, Kerry?
Southern Six, Southern Six, Southern Six.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Katie Forbes, aka the Twerk Queen. Hey. And I have so much respect for Danny Moe. I mean, she is awesome and so brave to take on any comers that want her JCW belt. But tonight, she's gonna regret that because I'm gonna be leaving the JCW Women's Champion. You know what time it is. I'll see you tonight in the ring.
Tonight's next match is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the JCW Women's Championship. Introducing first. From Torque City, she is the Torque Queen, Ms. Van Dam.
Well, certainly no better way to make a first impression than, well, that, but also winning the Women's Championship. And Mark, Katie Forbes is no stranger to championship success all over the world.
The Duke of the Wicked, the Commissioner Violent J, says no rematch clauses and new challengers from all over the wrestling world at all times for the champions of JCW. And here we have a woman who was the first women's wrestling champion in India.
Yeah, all over the country, all over the world, Katie Forbes has made a reputation. A former bodybuilder, practically lives in the gym. She works out 3 times a day, and well, she works a lot out, that's for sure.
I'm going to take a wild guess, say a lot of those are squat days.
And her opponent.
Dynamite!
Coming straight out of the 412. She's a world record holder for the highest elevation women's pro wrestling match and one half of the Neon Bonds. Your current
What a great champion Danny Moe has made in the 5 months since making history as JCW's first ever women's champion. She has soared to the heights of Mount Everest in Nepal, but tonight, gentlemen, has she met her physical match in the terms of her challenger tonight?
Danny may have wrestled at the height of Nepal, but one thing she does not want is some Moe of Katie. Katie's an absolute fucking warrior in the ring, and I cannot wait to see this matchup.
We saw Danny Moe survive the challenge of Sunny Kiss recently here on JCW Lunacy, and a long list preceding that as well. Every style, every background, every training regimen has. Wait a minute, Katie, that is not your championship. It very well could be, but senior referee Jeff the Ref asserting himself as naturally he should, and look at that beautiful championship prize.
Yeah, that really is a beautiful piece of hardware here. I've got to think Danny
Belt's
Moe
nice too.
is going to stick and move. She's a high flyer. She can strike. She can kick. It's going to be power coming from Katie Forbes on the other side of the ring.
I think a lot of this match is going to come down to who can dictate that tempo, who can dictate the style of matchup. Danny Moe likes to take to the air. If she can stay away from the clutches of Katie Forbes, she's got the advantage. But, okay. Zach, this is all you.
Sorry, I'm in stunned silence right now, gentlemen.
Best call of your life.
If these are supposed to be mind games, it doesn't really seem that it's working on Danny Moe.
Mark, look at the twerk off.
Danny Moe with the twerking skills of Tina Belcher.
Yeah, I think Katie Forbes versus anybody's out of their element. And we're making it rain on Lunacy. This is Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I dare you to find something like this anywhere else.
Danny playing along, but it was Katie that went for the cheap shot first.
It was all a ruse, a plot, a ploy. Katie Forbes trying to get a step ahead of Danny Moe, who now springs in and looks to catch Katie Forbes off guard. We almost had a record for the quickest title match in history.
And with that classic trap of the twerk into the kick in the stomach, I believe Vern Gagne introduced that into the industry.
There's a comparison I didn't think we'd make.
He taught it to everyone in the 74 class.
Well, JCW, a rich history here as well in this venue, Slam TV, many years ago. JCW 25 years strong, and bigger and better than ever. And the women's division is one of many reasons why,
Taking advantage of Danny Moe, flaunting her balance and core strength.
Wriggling her legs to get out of the clutches of Katie Forbes, who's much stronger, hits an axe kick.
Yeah, that seemed to knock the wind right out of Danny Moe. A very close call there for the JCW Women's Champion.
And listen, I mean, you can make
Imagine seeing Katie get the wind knocked out of her.
You can make any jokes that you want, but bottom line is Katie has a low center of gravity, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very strong thigh muscles, strong legs that enable her to elevate her opponents.
There we go. What an offense. What I believe Jim Ross would refer to as educated cheeks.
All over Danny Moe. Absolutely trapped in the corner is the champion.
Dare I say, Katie smothering Danny with offense into the cover, hooks the leg, 2 count only.
Katie smart to bring Danny Moe out into the middle of the ring. The only way to get a pinfall in this one, because don't let all of the pageantry fool you. Katie Forbes is a serious professional wrestler, and she's here to win some gold.
And like you said, that low center of gravity keeping Danny Moe grounded by keeping those hips close to the floor.
I think it's the first time that anyone has ever used the word pageantry to describe any of that, but well done. Swing and a miss by Katie Forbes. Danny Moe pickets the pace. It's advantage to the Neon Blonde. Dynamite firing away. Trying to chop down that thigh muscle. You come in on Katie low, you take away one of her strong suits.
I don't think there are many women in pro wrestling who would win a kicking battle with Danny Moe. She definitely has those strikes. She can stand there toe-to-toe with anybody.
Well, to your point, Katie got up very quickly there, barely a count of one. Danny did not have the full weight position she needed to get all of that modified bulldog. She drove Katie down, but didn't get all of it. But the moon mist twist could be another story, but Katie had it scouted.
Not like an old school mat slam by the hair. And using every tool to her advantage.
Well, wait, great dexterity, all impact, and an ear fall.
Staying on her.
I'd suggest that being one of the disadvantages to being a champion in JCW is that no matter who you are across the world, you have easy access to study video. Oh my God, look at this.
I told you, she does a lot of squats.
This is the Forbes fortune.
This lady squats.
If she hits it, this could very well be over.
One more for the people in the back.
Zach, greater form. Oh wait, Danny the roll-up, chaps the shoulders. This could be a sunset flip. No. And what goes through your mind, Mark, if you're Danny Moe? Everything you faced, really, Katie has had an answer for just about everything you fired off.
Yeah, Danny Moe definitely maybe needed to hook the arms down of Katie Forbes there. She's definitely got to stay one step ahead and out from underneath. See, here you go.
Oh, look at that big knee.
Grounding Katie Forbes is definitely going to be to Danny Moe's benefit.
Without question, Katie Forbes, wait a minute, those gauntlets are coming off. And that may speak to Danny's plans to maybe use a forearm. Wait a minute. Look at this.
Danny Moe setting up to give Katie some of her own medicine.
Man, I gotta go to the doctor.
I've heard of eye for an eye, but this is quite the same.
Well, technically.
No. I'm gonna stop you there, but wait a minute. Katie able to push up. Oh, if she would have kicked with that axe kick, that would have been it. That pump kick.
Both these women are gonna wake up with pink eye tomorrow.
Big forearm from Danny Moe and a cutter takes the challenger down.
That's a moon mist twist. Will it be enough? She's got her.
And your winner, and still JCW Women's Champion, Dynamite Danny Moe.
Well, Danny Moe, you can never say she's not willing to fight through adversity, because Marcus may be the closest she's come to losing that women's title, but she found a way to persevere.
Danny Moe has to stay ready and be prepared for all comers, and we just saw her turn back quite a challenge here from Katie Forbes.
Zach, you okay? You're sweating a little bit.
I'm doing my absolute best, gentlemen. You know me. I get excited. I care about the product very much.
Well, certainly this crowd cares about Danny Moe and her Neon Blonde's counterpart, Facade. The Neon Ninja has his eyes set on championship gold as well. We caught these words from him earlier today.
Yo, your boy, the spin kicking, back flipping, rope walking, dreadlocking, Neon Ninja Facade. And tonight, I set a standard. I set a goal. I set myself upon a quest. Because tonight, y'all seen this? Cracked my skull open, bleeding buckets. But it gave me something to work with. It unleashed an animal inside me. Made me feel some type of way. Made me feel horny. Horny for championship gold, baby. So tonight, that quest starts. The JCW American title. Mosh pit, cocaine, blood in, blood out, baby. I'll see y'all.
Colt Cabana looks different tonight.
Tonight's next match is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first,
The champion, across the sky. A ninja flashes in the
Weighing in
blink of an eye. No
191
lies.
pounds,
Facade, the
he
neon
roamed the
guard,
streets
lighting
at night,
adversaries up like a
creeping
lightning
while you're
rod.
sleeping.
Hiding a Viking quicker
He
than a
is
snake.
one half of the
One
Neon
kick across the face is all
Blast,
it takes.
the Neon
Breaking neon
Ninja,
bodies, smashing, attacking, crushing all your bodies. The Neon Ninja.
Well, Facade seems to have set his sights on the American Championship. When you think about names like Souped Up Tony holding that prize, you realize that may be a pipe dream as much as it is a goal. But I've known Facade since his very first match, and one thing he has never done, he has never quit. He's never refused a challenge. He always sees his name in bright lights in his own mind.
Well, Facade's got his work cut out for him here tonight with not one, but two opponents trying to skip ahead in that line, putting himself into title contention.
Well, Facade does have a big ally on his side in the form of this crowd here tonight, gifting one of these lucky fans with his Facadeograph on the sign, and certainly there's very few athletes that are synonymous with JCW in quite the way Facade is.
And that's why he wants a shot at that American title so badly. He loves representing these people.
As you said, the odds are against him here.
introducing next, weighing in at 62 kilos, from Crystal Mount, Columbia, he is the Devil's favorite dealer, Cocaine.
A cult phenomenon that has come to us from the depths of hell.
He's a great young athlete, but honestly, I just don't really know a lot about Cocaine. I think this is more a Zach Amico thing.
Never you mind, Mark. My cocaine is here. Oh, yes. Did we get the thing? Did the powder come out? Somebody got to it again, didn't they?
Yeah, I wonder who keeps doing that.
I have some suspicion. Either way, cocaine dangerous as
And their
hell.
opponent, up in the sky, it's a hawk. No, it's a jet. It is the man of 1,000 gimmicks, Super Mike.
Super Mike!
A resident JCW superhero. Ready to fight for the right rights, vanquish crime. Maybe JCW needs cleaned up a little bit.
I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed he got into the ring like that. I watched him practice that for a half an hour.
I thought you were going to say you were impressed he got into the outfit. Well, I guess if you're a superhero, guys, you'd want to get cocaine off the streets, right?
100%. He's got to have his eyes on cocaine. And,
Well, graffiti's illegal too, so Facade's just guilty.
known graffiti artist, Facade. These are two men who participate in illegal things.
Zach, is it just me, or does Super Mike look like Blank Man, the old Damon Wayans superhero?
Facade being a ninja, different type of crime fighter.
I mean, does he fight crime? I mean, he's roaming the streets creeping while you, sir, you specifically, are sleeping. So how would you know?
Yeah. I guess I'm questioning a lot now.
That's what we do here. We make you take a deep, long look at your life here at JCW Lunacy.
A big stare down in this very, very serious wrestling competition.
Well, I'm happy as hell to be here, and Facade cannot adjust his glove menacingly as the other two have, and maybe that gives him a disadvantage. And the superhero and Cocaine are working together.
Referee Tommy Guns is the man who has to try to keep all of these men on track.
Oh!
Beautiful double drop kick there, but it doesn't do much damage to Super Mike.
Super Mike doesn't feel a goddamn thing.
He absorbed all of that. Is he impervious to pain? Look at him puff his chest out. Cape's a little tangled, though. Jeez.
Super Mike's cape turning into an apron.
Dare I say a Super Mike punch. And Facade is down. And now, is the superhero powers of Mike strong enough to overcome Cocaine? Or will Cocaine blow his competition away? Caught himself.
Cocaine got turned inside out there up on the top turnbuckle.
Cocaine with that agility and the goozle. When Cocaine gets a hold of you, it doesn't let go.
Both of these men going for a choke slam. Oh, it's Super Mike has both men now.
There's a lot of great things I could say about Facade, but good timing in this match, not one of them. No.
Once again, Super Mike now calling for the double suplex.
Hey, it's like when a mother has to lift up a car to save her child underneath. If you believe it, you can do it, but oh, maybe not.
It's just like that, except that the mother is very stupid and the car is two other wrestlers.
Facade and Cocaine double teaming.
An alliance that was purely of convenience and does not last for long as these two men now lighten each other up.
Listen, I never said Super Mike was a member of Mensa, but he's tough as hell. And Facade, maybe the most agile on the JCW roster, who rocks Cocaine, who rebounds. That bump off the ropes, and he's good to go. Oh, revolutions into the side slam.
In Soviet Russia, Cocaine bumps you.
And now, Cocaine to the top white strand, but no, out of the way is Super Mike, who just runs through Cocaine.
Super Mike with a quite a size advantage and seeming strength advantage as well. Has Cocaine up now and drives him down into the mat.
We need the old Batman grabbers to have pow and zap pop up on the screen every time he hits somebody.
Yeah, I think.
Except Mike's go duh and huh.
Oh, wait a minute. Facade has found something that has apparently intimidated Super Mike. Mark, what do you know about this? Oh, it's in his pants!
Some sort of an alien mineral.
Oh, and that's a hyper crush. Hey, every superhero has their weakness. Has Facade figured out Super Mike's? A big whoop whoop for all the Juggalos here, but Cocaine will not go quietly into the night. Oh! Oh, you don't waste a perfectly good stash. Coke slam countered.
Ooh. Right in the mask.
Cocaine now prone on the mat as Facade scales up to the top rope. And a little funambulism across the ring.
Neon Ninja with a statement win.
And your winner, the Neon Ninja,
Facade is showing everyone in the back he is dead serious and dead set at getting his hands on that American title.
It was certainly a bizarre matchup, but I think Facade came in with something to prove. These are two JCW stalwarts, and Facade came out on top in a big way.
Facade with athleticism and heart that very few human beings can match. I'm not here to tell Facade that there's anything he can't accomplish in JCW.
The American title is a lofty goal, but Facade has his eyes set on championship glory in JCW. Main event moments away, but we're going to remind all of you guys to keep an eye out for JCW on tour. We're coming to a city near you, and Mark, so many chances to support JCW online.
Absolutely. You've got the Psychopathic Vault and the new shop.insaneclownposse.com for all your merchandise needs. Also remember to follow JCW on all social media platforms.
We're moments away from checking out the main event, the American title to be decided. Too Tough Tony against Caleb Conley. Let's check out what happened earlier today that gave Caleb Conley a chance to challenge for the title he once held.
Violent J, my homie,
Southwest Schizo, born big time magical magisto. I know we don't have a remix clause here in JCW. I get it. But see, I was watching the recap bitch slap. And besides a few like minor production issues I had with it, like it needed more me in it, but they had this really cool thing called the rankings and spankings. I know you saw it. You know who's number one for that American title? That's me. So I think we should grab a couple Mountain Moose, you know, some Fagos, and we should celebrate me winning that title again.
So you're asking for a rematch?
Well, yeah. I think I deserve one.
Right. So that's what you came to talk to me about right now. You want to ask for a rematch?
Well, yeah, man. I watched the recap bitch slap just so I could do that.
Did you check the board in the dressing room?
There's a board up?
You already have a rematch.
Oh.
And you're fucking fortunate to be getting
Shit! You the man. Come on. Knuck it up. Come on.
Kick rocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is our main event, and it is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the JCW American Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 215 pounds, from Charlotte by God, North Carolina, he is the Obsession, Caleb Conley.
Well, we saw moments ago how this main event came to be. Caleb Conley demanding a shot at the American Championship, but the Duke of the Wicked, Commissioner Violent J, had that in mind already. And gentlemen, it's hard to argue Caleb being deserving when you look at his resume with his first reign as American Champion.
Very first ever American champion, and Caleb Conley, similarly to what we were saying earlier of Kerry Morton, Caleb Conley has all the tools to accomplish everything in the ring if he would actually believe in himself enough to not take so many shortcuts all the damn time.
Well, he won that title in a battle royal at Bloody Mania, then defended it in multi-man matches throughout the training territory. Caleb has seen more opponents than some guys seen an entire career. Just defending that belt.
Don't forget, Zach, Caleb was the first to defend that title in the UK as well.
Incredible matches with Matt Riddle, with Simon Gotch, and with this man.
His opponent, weighing in at 240 liters of rocket, he is Louisville's town drunk, and your JCW American Champion, JCW Hall of Famer,
Don't pigeonhole the Juggalos, Joe Dombrowski. They love this song.
Well, you have an excellent point. They love the man who represents even more. Two Tough Tony, 5 times the world champion, a first ballot Hall of Famer. This man has lived, breathed, and bled JCW for longer than just about anybody. And adding that American Championship to his resume really caps off already a career that may never ever be matched.
Triple Crown champion, and obviously a man of the people, a Juggalo just the same. Feet in the crowd here, just serving libations to everyone here in Vegas tonight.
And to have loathing and love from the Juggalo crowd as they realize free alcohol is coming to their face.
Well, this could be a precursor to the post-match celebration, or it could be one more shot for the American title before he has to say goodbye. That's the question we will answer. American Championship to be decided, and Tony is leaving no thirst unquenched here tonight.
Caleb smartly getting out of the way.
Tony enjoys his moment, and you know this gets under Caleb's skin. Caleb wants to fashion himself as the Juggalo legend killer, but I don't know if anybody here in JCW feels more like a fish out of water than Caleb Conley. These people don't accept him, they don't like him, and he doesn't like them just the same. But what Caleb does love is money, championships, like the JCW American title. It keeps him coming back and keeps him demanding more.
And is there anyone whose body language screams, "Do not fuck with me," more than Too Tough Tony, a brick shithouse, the hardcore Homer Simpson himself?
Touche, but you look at Caleb Conley and you notice that even though it's been a number of weeks since he's been American champion, he still has the red, white, and blue all over his ring attire. He still is delusional enough to believe these fans like him.
Hey, he paid good money for that ring attire. He should get every goddamn wear out of it he can get.
It's allowed. I'm not saying he's not permitted to, but Caleb has to realize that this title isn't yours anymore. It belongs to Too Tough Tony, and by proxy, it belongs to these people that Caleb dislikes.
The entitled Juggalo going for a kick to start things out, got caught by Too Tough.
Too Tough with a smile on his face. He's beaten Caleb before. If he does it again, it could be a long time before Violent J grants Caleb another American title match. And Tony with a side headlock. You don't say that every day.
Hey, another way to look at it.
Beautiful shoulder tackle. This crowd tells the story.
Another way to look at it, he only lost the title by that much. And Caleb, not the kind of guy to make the same mistake twice.
That's a great point as well. Time will tell. Tony is a rough and rugged veteran as well. He'll have to be prepared for it.
Right after you said that, Zach, Caleb got caught in a headlock for the second time, so.
That's not a mistake, that's just wrestling.
Zip up and over by the American Obsession, who finds himself on the receiving end. Too Tough Tony.
Okay, that was 2 arm drags. I'm starting to see a pattern here, Mark. Yeah, okay, you got me.
I said it before, Too Tough Tony has had an answer for everything that Caleb tried to pull on him.
Listen, this is part of the home field advantage, right? Tony obviously not from this city, but man, he feels at home everywhere he goes because he's greeted so warmly by these fans who consider him family.
The Juggalos with a message for Caleb Conley's parents.
Caleb Conley making his way back toward us here.
Well, there's nothing back here that's going to help him, that's for damn sure.
He's also not going to be able to win that American Championship back here.
No, but if Tony has his way, he could lose it. If he does something that Caleb can't continue to fight.
I do not like the looks of this.
Oh no, is he really gonna go?
Is he setting up for that Tony Salt?
Oh no.
Halfway up the ramp.
Oh, Caleb saw it coming. And Tony landed tailbone first on the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, that was a bad landing twice there for Too Tough Tony. Why is Caleb still coming here?
Hey, come on.
All right. Hey,
Get the hell out of here. This is mine. That is not yours, sir.
Unsportsmanlike behavior, but I'd rather he take that and get away from us than to continue moving forward toward us.
Guys, I think Tony's head bounced off the ramp when Caleb came down with that double stomp. He hasn't moved.
The last time I've seen Tony like that was on the floor of a bar. I've never seen him laid out like that in the ring.
And I touched about it a moment ago. These deafening chants. They believe in Too Tough Tony. They fight vicariously through Too Tough Tony. But Tony has been rendered practically unresponsive. Caleb's gonna recapture the belt. No, Tony kicks out.
And you'll notice Tony moving all the fingers in each hand, making sure he's got feeling in all of them after bashing the back of his head on the ramp like that.
I wonder if Caleb is delusional enough to think those family chants are about him.
Maybe he thinks that if he wins the title, they will be. As the hook of the leg, 2. I mean, it's like it's oil and water. It's like eating tuna and ice cream mixed together. It just doesn't mix when you got Caleb and Juggalos.
This crowd is absolutely on fire for Too Tough Tony.
Pun intended.
Showing some signs of life here, but no. Caleb cuts him off, back down on the canvas, hooks the leg again.
And there was not a lot of power behind that escape. I can't even call it a kick out. Tony slid the shoulder up. I think Tony's bleeding from somewhere on his head as well. I'm not sure if the ramp caused it or what did it, but Tony having problems, I think, with just the feeling in his extremities, clenching that fist together, moving those fingers, and he may have seriously been hurt on that ramp plate, but he's trying to fight through it, as Tony always does, busts his ass.
And if he can't close that fist, how's he gonna pull off that meteorite, that flaming punch?
It's a great point. There you see the cut on the side of the head. Camel clutch, and look at the torque on the lower back. And if you're Tony, how do you even begin to escape this?
That looks like an awful scrape, open cut there on the temple right next to the eye of Too Tough Tony, who's made it back to his feet.
Oh, that's sheer will and determination, and probably some liquid courage as well to numb the pain. The back fist connects, but Tony with a response.
Big neck breaker by Tony.
Well, the question becomes, how much does Tony have left? Was that the beginning of an attempted rally, or was that a last-ditch effort? Is the gas tank on E? These fans hope to will Tony into what has to be considered a damn miracle.
Tony has bought himself momentary reprieve here, but he's going to need to capitalize on the situation as Caleb Conley stirring and making his way to his feet first.
Hey, no matter who wins this matchup, this shows how much of a coveted title the American Championship is.
No doubt, as Tony to the vertical base.
3 big fists to the face. Big clothesline takes Caleb down, and another.
Tony showing you why he's respected so much, being tough as nails.
Tony's still in this thing, but he almost got the ref there. Oh, Caleb did.
Oh, that was not intentional, but Caleb caught the referee right between the eyes.
Referee Tommy Guns is down, and Tony now with a scoop slam, setting up for that moonsault.
Remember what happened last time, Tony? Oh, he got it!
Absolutely crushes Caleb.
Flattens Caleb right in the middle of the fucking
He knows
ring.
he's gonna get the ref. No, he's not going for the ref.
Oh, he's going for the kill shot, the meteorite.
Right, the dangerous flaming fist.
If he hits this, he's as good as successfully defended his championship. Tony's on fire.
Literally and figuratively, as Caleb Conley's beaten. We need a referee. We need a goddamn referee now.
Jeff the ref running to the ring.
Here comes Jeff, sliding in.
No,
That's two.
That was two.
That was two. Even the timekeeper thought this was over. That's how devastating the meteorite is, but Caleb kicked out, and you gotta believe, guys, it was only because of the extra time he had that it took a second referee to get out.
And we can smell burnt hair.
Yeah, it really does smell like burning in here. Tony's hand was on fire for a minute.
Every time I was focusing on poor, beautiful Caleb's head, and then I noticed fucking Tony's on fire too.
Caleb's been singed, and now he's got the title.
What?
Our senior referee got it.
God damn it! Both referees down. Where's Tony going?
Oh my God!
Too Tough Tony hit the Canadian Destroyer.
That's gotta be it.
Middle of the ring.
I think we're out of referees.
We've got a second visual pinfall on Caleb Conley.
A visual 10 count after a Canadian destroyer.
And Too Tough Tony has twice now been in a position where he should have successfully defended that American Championship.
Not official till one of these referees says it is.
Getting our first official here, Tommy Gunn's now back to his feet. Are you kidding me?
Caleb missed again. No!
Big mule kick.
Oh, Caleb Conley desperate as hell.
Rolls Tony all the way through.
Mousetrap pin.
You
Tony's
can do it,
trapped.
kid.
Oh no! Caleb Conley just recaptured the title.
The boyhood dream.
And new JCW American Champion, Caleb Conley.
These
Through
juggalos
grit
are
and
living.
determination, the dream of every little boy and girl across the Juggalo Nation comes true again for Caleb Conley as he recaptures his American title. Don't you love to see a happy ending, boys?
I guarantee his dream wasn't to have trash thrown at him because of what a disgraceful way he won that title. Won in quotations. Tony had the match won twice. Caleb was beaten, burned, and knocked the hell out, but found a way to still leave with his title. He is a two-time American champion.
I agree, that was disgraceful. Now let's watch disgraceful walk back to the locker room by our American champion, Caleb Conley, and a great kiss or two.
Caleb's the American champion again, and he may never let it go.